let's get this show on the road.
Ooh.
Cause
on the Rizzode?
On the Rizzode. Yeah. All right. So hey, welcome everybody that has joined us so far in chat, and maybe you should log on so you can comment. Yeah. And those that will join us still to come. I am Tim Ekkebus. Joining me is David Autovino.
Hey.
And Darrin DeMarco.
Hello.
Who you probably know from the movie we're going to be talking about tonight, which is River City Rumble, which is a movie we made almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. It's not that long.
Well, next year is actually, we're rotting on the inside, I assure you. Like,
see, looking, I do appreciate that. Looking well, it's not.
Yeah.
Feeling doesn't.
Yeah, but next year is actually X-Strake's 20th anniversary from when we put up the website and the first River City Rumble trailer, which means we then started actually shooting the movie a couple months later in that June, shot it over that summer, premiered it at MagFest 2.0 that year, and then had the DVD the following year after that. All still 29. We were like early 20s when we made that movie. Yeah, it was.
We were the exact right age to play teenagers.
Yes.
In your early 20s. That's when you play teens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like all those 90s movies.
Exactly. So yeah, we are actually all 29 now. Not when we made the movie. Yeah, but I thought it would be fun as I'm going to be uploading these movies to YouTube. Which basically because like there was a guy who uploaded River City Rumble like a few years ago, and at the time I was like, whatever, we're not even a company anymore. Who cares, man? But then I was like, we kind of decided we were going to start doing stuff again a couple years ago, and then something happened in between that really screwed that up.
I cut my hair again.
Oh, Darrin cut his hair again. We've just been waiting for him
2 years. We couldn't go
grows
near
really
him.
slowly.
Yeah, we're waiting for him to remember to not go to the hairdresser. But yeah, I was like, I was looking at that video and I'm just like, God, this has like 3,000 views and all these comments from people talking about how much they love River City Rumble. And I'm like, that should be on our YouTube channel. God damn it. Not this guy's. Nothing, no offense, but like,
oh, now you're calling him out. Now.
Those are no. I mean, we said it was fine.
Guy.
We said it was fine, but I was just like, you know what, we got to get this reined in. Like, whatever. If you want, just get it out there.
Get our shit together.
We'll get it out there so like X-Strike can continue to exist in some form on the internet and not just like fall into complete obscurity.
Because you guys like our stuff, right?
Some people like our stuff.
If people are going to watch this movie, I want it to come from us.
Yeah, exactly.
I want it to be our fault.
Yeah, so I'm going to be... Actually, it's already uploaded to YouTube. I just have to make it public. So that'll probably happen possibly tonight, possibly tomorrow, possibly the day after that. I have a lot going on in like the next 4 days.
More
very soon. Tim. So yeah, we are going to be kind of watching the movie, talking over it, answering your questions, reminiscing as it were. But
best way to watch one of your favorite old movies.
Yeah, whatever. If you wanna watch it without us, you theoretically could do that, and you definitely could do that. Hang on. If you go to
you could mute us and just watch.
If you go to xstrakestudios.com and buy yourself a DVD, like
synergy.
We got all of them. They are. I should probably
marketing.
I should probably
$5
run the sale. No, well the reprint River City Rumble, Best of 2010 and Off Campus are all $8 because I just reprinted them last year, and I still have. Well, it costs more when you're getting a lower run. Like when we first got runs of these movies, we printed 1,000. It was like $2 a disc or less than that. And the only movie that sold out is River City Rumble. Though some of the other ones are pretty low, but that was the only one that sold out. And Off Campus and Best of 2010, we got lower print runs, but yeah. It costs more, and I need to recoup costs still, because it was like $800 to reprint 3 DVDs. Anyways, beyond that, How did I start talking? Anyways, yes. So go to xrstudios.com, buy movies. That's what I was saying. So yeah,
buy our
glorious 480p definition.
Yeah.
Dig out, dust off your DVD player. Yeah, of course. No
yeah, exactly. But that's also
you get one.
Yeah. If you have most people have disk drives, and some people have disk drives in their computers still. Some people still have, their PS2, their PS3. So. I didn't say most. I corrected myself. Anyways.
You can watch a DVD in a PlayStation 5.
You cannot.
Right? You cannot?
No, I don't believe you can.
Where can I get one of those, Dave?
I think you can in a PS4. Maybe.
I'm talking about readily available machines like PlayStation 5s that people can buy to watch their DVDs.
Sure. So, with all our money.
Something, I mentioned...
We'll release it on Game Boy Advance cartridge.
Oh my God, you guys, we're never going to get through this.
This is it. It's just a tease. We're not going to watch the movie.
Just us bantering. So, I'm keeping my eye on the chat. We'll be taking questions. I had on the Facebook fan, David Bobke, sent in like a ton of questions, some of which we'll probably hang around a bit after the movie just to answer some questions.
Thank you for sending them in.
Yes, thank you very much.
That was not like a white supremacist sign. This is okay. This is just an innocent. Okay, like I approve.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, but it definitely was just like, okay, good. We'll have stuff to talk about no matter what. But there was a couple things I wanted to touch on before we got
some
going.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, some housekeeping. Because he kind of asked Dave and Darrin how they'd grown as people. And also asked, if you could change anything about River City Rumble, looking back on it, what would it be? And at least for this cut and the cut that's going up on YouTube, I did go and change some stuff. Just a little bit, because, when I wrote the movie and when I made the movie, I was like, let's go homophobic jokes and stuff. Lots of it. There's a lot of it in this movie, it turns out. Dave's cringing now. Stuff that was just like, and it wasn't like, looking back, it's, I could tell you why it was like, so, we started showing the movie and the reception was really good. Like totally fine. Showed that movie. Then it's like, okay, silent horror came out. So then we were showing silent horror for quite a few years in the convention circuit. It went on for that with like Project Snake and Nth Mile and Resident Horror. But at some point we were like, okay, you know what? We should go back and show River City Rumble again. At that point, we went back to River City Rumble again. I was just like, oh, ew, dude, why? God. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's just stuff that, it wasn't like
jokes at other people's expense that we are now embarrassed by.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's no reason for their continued inclusion in the movie.
Yeah, and we're embarrassed by, pretty shortly after making the movie. But, in that 22, 23-year-old hubris of thinking what is funny, this is the stuff that's in the movie. So instead of it being in the movie now, there's dolphin noises. That's it. That's fine. It makes me feel better. But yeah, Low Score Podcast asked in the chat when the last time we watched the movie was, which for me was when I was just kind of casually watching it to edit that stuff out. And there was a lot of just me being like, God damn, dude. I'm like trying to do other things. Like it's just on in the background. I'm listening to it, like listening for offensive things. And I'm just like, gotta cut in another.
You're never going to get your laundry folded because this every
project.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing, but I was trying to get other things done, and I'm just like, come on, man. Stop
I haven't sat down and watched it since I think around college, around college time. I think I'd given it to, I don't know, some friends, and someone like spontaneously put it on at a college party, and there were a couple people sitting around watching it and laughing and being like, Dave, that's you. So I think it was probably, we're talking 18 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow, Darrin, we did a commentary at some mag fest. I think you've seen it. I think it might have only been like 10 years for you.
I think, yeah. Well, it definitely was one of the conventions.
Yeah.
I'm really having trouble. I mean, do remember, I mean, we probably did this with Snake too. Like towards the end when we were winding down, actually going to, anime conventions and started focusing more just on MagFest. I remember we got to the point where like we put the movie on in the room. It was really late at night, and we were like, "Wait, do we have to stay here and watch this?" And we just left the movie playing, and I felt really bad at the time.
See, I don't feel
so. I can't count.
In retrospect,
can't count that going.
In retrospect, I can't believe we hung around for as many of those as we did.
Yeah, but it was definitely one of the conventions, probably early 2000s.
So
something, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get into it. I will say that, like, there is some stuff. I mean, we'll talk about it, but I was like, there's some stuff that's pretty funny, and there's some stuff that I'm like, whatever, man. Sure, dude.
Some of this is funny.
Yeah, I'm like, some of the things I'm like, wow, that's really kind of clever that you did that there. And obviously the direction and the editing is shit, but that's, stuff that came in time it was my first movie. I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, movie sign. Let's get going and watch X Strike Studios presents River City Rumble. You'll have to let me know in the chat, like, how the level sounds between the movie and us. Obviously, we're more important. Because we're the special part of this. Like, you can watch the movie, whatever. All right. Oh, yeah, and I should mention, if you want the uncensored version of the movie, that's the one on the DVD, so it's still out there if you want it. All right, anyways, let's go.
We're not erasing history.
No, we're not erasing history. We're not canceling X Strike Studios any more than we already have. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Darrin, bring up that great material about your van.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the Astro van in 2000. This was the journey of many of us to see Lord of the Rings premiere night, fighting in the back seat. Down. And Tim, remind me, didn't you also have this same van?
Yes, it was slightly different, but yeah, we both had Aerostar vans.
That's how I knew we'd be friends.
I knew we'd be friends because when we met, we wrestled each other in a studio.
Darrin's biceps.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, I miss those too. A lot of things I no longer have from this movie.
Hey,
still have those bracelets.
How about that hairpiece?
Yeah, so I know there were questions about it. I'm sure there'll still be questions about it. So the hairpiece still exists. It is still alive.
Really?
Alive. Is not here with me in this house, I hope. It's actually in Buffalo, and full disclosure, that is not a full hairpiece actually.
No.
This is my mother's. It is a woman's fall, which is meant to fill in parts of the hair. Not that she was going bald, just to add more volume. I believe she wore it to her wedding, or maybe a wedding of a friend or relative. I can get more information.
Did she wear it after you wore it for this movie?
Oh, she did not.
Oh, okay. It's just going to waste.
So yeah, I remember the phone, or no, it was a chat. It was an AOL Instant Messenger chat between you and me, Tim.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
Yeah.
I think that's my actual cell phone from the time.
Oh, their first dolphin.
Oh,
there's a dolphin.
Yep.
Oh, I've got it on a little belt clip. You can see it hanging off my waist.
Look at
really cute, Dave. I did not even have a cell phone at this point.
Cutting
edge. You were an early adopter.
We're movie stars.
Yeah, I didn't have one either. I didn't get one until like, God, it was, I don't know. It was like a couple years later, which is insane to think about.
All got them at once and like hated them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Good angles there, Tim. Look at these angles. Look at this up angle up at Chad here.
That's how I like looking at Chad.
Oh, Alana's here. Oh, sweet.
Oh,
awesome.
Just in time too. So people were wondering, what are the favorite parts of the movie? A lot of them for me involved Chad's arm movements.
Pursing his lips, like.
Yeah, I mean, really, no one should be paying attention to me in this scene at all. This is like Chad stealing every scene he's in with anyone in this movie.
I'll let the gout.
I still say that sometimes.
That's a good. That's a guy. I got to bring that back.
Yeah.
Oh man, the old shucks kick.
Oh,
there.
shucks. It is stupid.
Oh, look at this pastoral scene.
There she is.
There she is.
Picking
Alana.
flowers. Heck
Picking
yeah.
weeds.
Yeah.
This was on the Fredonia campus, right? Where we shot this?
Yeah.
This scene here?
Whole
Yes.
thing.
Like most
Like
of the
out
movie.
in the
but
quad?
Yeah. Well, there's that giant parking lot around the back. And here's my first appearance of the movie. There's many more. That's a good shot. That ain't bad. It's pretty
It
decent.
looks like a mistake,
There
really.
you go. Yeah, get him, James.
Oh no. Oh, yep.
My child is confused as to why. I still call him that. That's his middle name, not his first name. It's just kind of an old
James?
joke. Yeah. He is not as snappy with his kicks anymore.
Your son or your brother?
My
No, that's
brother.
some classic stage combat 101 fight choreography there that I had just learned in college and was
Yeah,
eager to deploy.
It's yeah, Dave. You have some really good scenes that illustrate that it was your.
It's
you were
funny because
testing
you're
out
playing the
for scrap
game.
metal. Oh yeah, this is hilarious. And answering
so
a
meta.
landline telephone.
You ass.
Oh, the landline telephone is fucking great. Oh. Yeah, somebody point out the time on the clock there is all over the place. Of course it is.
It's a phone part of the clock.
I think it was your phone.
Oh, it's so close.
But maybe Alana could tell us. I think it was her phone.
Yeah. He is still my brother, by the way, Alana.
Oh, that's nice of you, Tim. You didn't disown him after this.
Yeah, no. I'll see him tomorrow.
Oh,
For the
these
party.
close-ups are so close.
Yeah. Oh, this.
Keep getting closer.
Now is that Darrin? That's
Click.
your actual hair in that scene, right?
Yeah, oh, that was.
And now
It
we're
was.
back to the
Now it's
hairpiece.
gone.
Now we're
Oh.
in time.
Yeah,
This
how
is
about
like
this?
the-
How about this cold open right here? You know, the movie just faded into you guys. We still haven't gotten to the title card. Isn't that
I
amazing?
know it's real
Yeah.
late title card. That's forward thinking. That was good direction there. Good editing.
I know by resident horror, the title card was at the end of the damn movie.
Anyways, the reason we came here. All right, that was a Timism. I forget the origins of that though.
Oh, that was what that one time me, you, and Weiss were brainstorming ideas for our public speaking presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Thing, and we went over to your house, and we just we were not talking about that. We were talking about everything else, and then that's.
Anyways, the reason we
we
came
came
here. Yeah, that's a deep cut from our
That's
personal
a deep
lives.
cut. And then it's like, yeah, this is how you're faithful to the game. You just have him read the exact note that's on the. Yeah.
Use the.
That's all you got to do,
actual
Hollywood. That's all it takes.
screen. This is taken from the game, though, right? You just
Yeah.
copy paste.
I mean, that's literally the text. I just keyed out the blue.
right. So this is the first instance of stealing from
Yep.
the actual content from the game,
That
not
sounds like
later.
Tommy Wiseau.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Well, I'll say that, I thought that was super important. Where it's once we get to Roxy's scene, almost all of her lines are directly from the game, and a lot of the gang's lines are written exactly as they are in the game. And I was like, this is important to making it like the game because people who like the game will appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
I think people like the game, like that. Dave and I sat between these cars for 10 minutes now, hoping something will happen. Something will happen in this movie.
All right, now what I'm noticing is that every time I'm on screen, I'm taking every opportunity I can to flex and pose and sort of puff out my chest and suck in my gut a little bit.
I'm glad you brought this up, Dave, because I knew I was going to be in this movie. I was like, okay, I want to work out. I want to look good on camera to be Alex. And I get there and Dave's chest is just massive. Look, he's even folding his arms.
There you go. I'm doing the arm fold thing.
Even with my shirt billowing, I can't
Oh,
see.
no,
now
Darren's
I'm
doing the arm folding. Oh, there we go. Here's me again. And Chad again. And Justin Turnbloom.
Turnbloom.
What's he doing now? Is he acting?
Late of Casting Networks, being a casting associate at Casting Networks. He's recently married.
Nice.
The best wedding I've ever been to. The most ostentatious Long Island expensive wedding I've ever been to.
Man.
so far.
He came out for 1 day of filming, and
Purple Haze.
Yep.
I was gonna bring that up. You know, most of these movies, well, especially this one, all these people that Tim had known, and I'm sure I guess Dave too. Like, I just met them the day we did this.
Oh yeah.
Like this scene. So.
Yeah, it was just like grabbing any warm body and throwing him out there. But yeah, I feel like Justin really put his stamp on the movie despite being there for 1 day. He put a lot
boy, did he.
He put a lot of you know, hey, he brought it. Oof.
Another scene stealer.
Yeah. So people don't know. My friend from college, Justin Turnbull, is one of the funniest people alive on the planet, and he's a really good actor. And I wish that he had done more acting because look at this. He's just going for broke with that shit.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
God.
He doesn't live far. I wish I got to know him better than just on social media. To hang out with him and do this again.
We edited this in Final Cut. Eventually, I did one cut. There's nothing significant about the amount of change, by the way. It's just whatever change we had. But the first time I edited it was with a program called Pinnacle, which is a very limited, simple program. But then I recut the entire thing. It was not the Pinnacle of editing. No, it was not. But it was a nice, simple editing program. All right, here we go. The B storyline in Slick's lair.
See, I like these scenes, though, Tim. Like, people are asking, what are the favorite scenes? And it's just these completely original ones that Tim said, okay, we need to fill this in. Like, what would be going on with Chad in his hand? Just a hand. And he became a puppeteer. So, I mean, this was the best way for him.
Clearly, like, we should have seen it.
Buy his book.
In position.
Just every line my brother has is hilarious to me.
Buy Chad's book. There it is.
Yeah, Chad has a book right there.
Chad has a book. Here it is, right here.
Hey, there's that copy of the game. That's like right behind me right now, that cartridge. I'm not going to pull it out. Just believe me. I think the NES games are down. Or wait. Oh, no, they're in the basement. That's right, because they're with the CRT TV. Hey, it's me again.
That was a whiff.
There's
Big
the
whiff.
barf of the movie. I get to say the barf. By the way, this was by our house on Eagle Street. I think the house is actually to your left there. The right of the frame is where the Eagle Street house is. But actually, fun fact, the yellow shirt was my favorite one to wear after the movie was done.
Well, it looks good on you.
I kept all of those shirts and like wore them and used them for like I had so many
chores painting.
This was my shirt. I just wore it to filming.
We burned it for Ninja Storytime. I think we burned one and I don't have any left though, unfortunately. But I remember that yellow one being they were good quality for like being cheap shirts. They were. Off you guys go.
Off we go.
Yes, the first of the shop scenes. There's Stacy. She was very excited that we're putting this up on YouTube for people to see, so she can see her turn as waitress Jill.
This was the outside of the house that we lived in. Look at the hair hanging down. Now that style's back in. I have that now. Now it just hangs down.
Yes. Waitress. Anyway, as someone. It says across, sussed out waitress Jill is a reference to Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny from Pokemon, the Pokemon cartoon.
I think your references hold up for the most part.
Oh,
so I'm going to cosplay as Alex for the rest of the viewing.
How do I cosplay as Ryan?
You need a bigger chest.
Yes.
You need to flex.
There. Yes, this is better.
Yeah, and this is outside in the driveway outside of your apartment there in Fredonia. Your apartment, Darrin.
Mine. It was
Yours.
Only mine. No, it was Alana, Rory, myself, Maze, Era, and then eventually Joe.
Hello.
So it was in.
Oh, there's Justin just randomly walking out.
Steals every scene.
Sleeping over in this house while we shot this was the first time I played Mega Man Zero on GBA. I think Tim, I think it was your copy, and this was the time when I said Rory was playing Silent Hill 2 on PS2, and I said it looked like shit, and he hated me for years.
Yeah.
he didn't like me for several years.
Yeah, you dissed Silent Hill 2 on sight because of the draw distance and frame rate.
That's how we, that's where we drew the line. Then it was very much like, don't say anything. You can say whatever you want about my family, who I'm dating, whatever. Don't talk about games.
Dead to me.
You get
Hey,
out
camera
of the
bag.
Nope.
Oh yeah, it's the generic dudes, except we changed our shirts.
Did you wear the pink shirt as much? After this?
No, not. I don't really know what happened to the pink ones.
Oh, sad.
Now let's do a.
When you said somebody had uploaded the movie on
Yeah.
their account, that shot of Chad like that's their thumbnail of the movie. Thought that was funny.
That's funny.
I know that Ginyu Force bullshit is. I mean, but that's the kind of stuff that endeared us to people
Yes,
at the time. Is that very
yes.
sort of meta?
Yep.
You know,
that popped the crowd. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't see references to that like in other
Exactly.
pop culture bits, and there was a lot of that in this movie because that's I thought it was funny, just jam it full of references and
yeah.
Oh, and it works for this, and I think, like when we did this, I did not understand its delicate puma.
I don't even remember what that is.
Delicate puma.
Nobody knows, but that became one of the lines everybody started yelling at it.
Okay,
at
keep watching for this move where we put our hands under as we cross our arms. You put your hands under your bicep so it makes your bicep look bigger. We do that. Both of us are doing that the whole movie.
I'm gonna do the rest of this commentary. It pushes up your chest at the same time too.
Sunday Gun Day.
But yeah, I don't know if the camera bag is my favorite gaffe, but it is a fun thing to look out for in all of the early movies because there's always a tripod or a camera bag sitting somewhere in a shot somewhere. I think the tripod in Project Snake might have gotten edited out of it. I don't remember, but I think
Tim, what is this room that Alana's trapped? What is this room? Where are we here?
that's the TV studio at Fredonia.
Oh,
Right. The darkest room possible. Like, where can we shoot this? Where
There's
you can't
lighting.
see anything. Yes, it's bouncing off Alana's glasses.
Yeah, dude,
Obviously there's lighting.
I love the stupid gag that she's not actually tied to the chair.
Just sitting on her hands.
It's just I don't know why, like a lot of these interactions are just ridiculous because it was like, okay, time to cut away from Alex and Ryan and whatever they're doing and get some background with the villains side of things. Sure.
Yeah, these are like the Shredder scenes.
Yeah.
You just get to him.
Yeah.
I figured
It's like, what's going on over here?
Can I just say, Ben Lathan is also hilarious.
No, I can tell you he's not. I still see you.
Yeah,
Look at this. He's giving his all here in these scenes.
Yeah, he is giving us all.
over the years, Ben has always been the subject of so much ridicule. We made fun of him consistently, and I thought all of it was hilarious every time. I just wanted
I am a coworker of Ben Lathan. He is.
God.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. We don't work in the same office anymore, so that helps. But yeah, he is responsible for my current place of employ that I've been working at for like 13 years. Hey, there's our valedictorian.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Okay, so that guy.
There's my wife.
There's your wife. But that guy that just got thrown into the channel there, like, is a set designer on Hollywood films now. Like, he worked on, I don't know what he worked on most recently, but I know he worked on the Academy Award-winning Birdman.
Yeah.
He's done
Worked
a lot
on
of
Vice.
Yeah, he did a lot of work
The
on
Dick Cheney movie.
Yeah, he did some work on, like, years ago. When he had a less prominent role, he did a lot of work. He did some Harry Potter stuff too, I believe, towards the end of that series.
Does he ever thank you for kicking off his career here?
Not yet.
Never.
Not yet. No, hasn't come up. Oddly.
Ugh.
But yeah, I don't know if he has a. Man, I would love to stick this credit on his IMDb.
You should.
The problem is that there's several David Meyers. Oh wait, there. Oh wow, it's the first one that came up. Holy shit.
There you go. Lucky.
Yeah, he's David Meyer 16 on there. Oh, he did.
You need to find him.
Oh, he did some work on. Wait, is this him? Okay. I mean, it had Birdman, so I assumed it was him. Yeah, there's Birdman.
He just posted something on Facebook what he was
Yeah.
working on most recently.
Yeah, let's see. He did some work on John Wick Chapter 2, some Westworld, a couple episodes, Space Jam: A New Legacy, The Eternals, Morbius, on additional photography things. Yeah, so he's done quite a bit of work. Yeah, that's what he does.
Should have had it.
Oh, Father Stew, the new Mark Wahlberg movie. Father Stew.
That's the one he did. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. My children had to have my phone to trade Pokemon.
Oh, you missed your scene then.
Oh no, that was a lot of
Yeah.
saying that. Yeah.
Hey, Beach, who is this girl you were talking to?
Speaking of popular characters in this movie,
Here he comes.
it's
Hey, you need to tell that Beach nothing, man. He just needs to tell us where that other Beach went.
I mean,
this. I believe this was the
Somebody
day I
asked-
met Brett too, as well.
She was just some
somebody asked,
errant
like,
Viking looking
why,
down there.
what the inspiration for this character voice was. Like, he just talks like that to this day. It's
What's your
normal.
name, Holmes?
Um, Tim, is there a story there?
You know who you're messing with, SA?
I don't know.
He want to do this?
I
Like, did you
think
just
so.
tell
I
him
believe-
his name is Benny?
I believe there was some. I mean, Benny's the name of the character. I don't remember where the direction of do this voice came from, but
Oh, I know why. Because the line in the movie was "We're Guerreros," like that was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the script, right?
Oh,
So he probably just took it and ran with it.
and that's what you fucking get when you hire a theater major. All right.
I like that Ben, stayed strong. He's like, no, I'm playing the straight man. I will not have that. Hey, you didn't do dolphin voices on his accent, though. You forgot to do that.
that's true.
Or
yeah,
There's a lot of things.
Well,
There is. I also, yeah. There's more that could have been censored, I'm sure. And let's be clear. I'm not proud of everything that's not censored. Okay, I'm just the least proud of things that are censored.
That makes sense. Yeah. So Dave, your shirt may be tighter, but my pants are tighter, and I think that is like.
Yeah, my pants are these big billowy.
Yeah, you got some
billowy
sag
things, but-
going on there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mine
that is a park.
All over my
A
shirt.
park on Lake Erie that is near Fredonia. We shot some
Shut up, man. This shirt has
Nth Mile there, I think, got shot there. I think I went there to get. We went there to get B-roll of me getting thrown down a hill as Liquid Snake, which sucked.
no face.
And
There's some
yeah,
no stop.
picnics for Parappa there. Some
where
barbecue.
did Brett get that neck thickness extender?
From Ben, I think.
It's like if you take everyone in this movie and throw them into a blender and then fast forward 20 years, everyone came out with different weights. Like, I think it's like, and most of them went up.
This is a really funny scene, Tim. I gotta credit you because the writing, the structure of this scene, this is a really funny scene. I loved filming it because it's a good gag, and the way that we just each of the best scenes in this movie are standalone comedy sketches. Basically let's do a rumble, but no one really wants to get hurt. It's a good gag and it works.
I thank you. Yes, this is a
Sorry.
very good scene.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not always like my camera work is kind of all over the place, but
I mean,
hey,
nobody,
yeah,
none of us were judging anyone
no,
for
clearly no, but
your camera work.
Oh shit!
I mean, this scene's great. It's outside. It's
Yeah.
brightly lit.
it's also it's like I couldn't find. Oh, this is a legitimate phone
Oh,
call.
this is great.
Yeah.
And who was he on the phone with again?
His girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I don't think.
It's gonna make
wait.
no sense.
No sense. I still say that to this day.
Yeah, I'm sure that's her on the other end being like, "You're making no sense." Oh God.
I mean, these are the parts. Those are the parts of this movie that are charming, though. It's
Oh
just
God.
just
These
leave that
guys.
in. That's hilarious. Oh, here they come.
The problem is like
Here's Steve's head.
Casey's like trotting
I
up
know.
weirdly behind him.
let's think they're a bunch of goons, but like Rory is playing it hyper seriously.
Just gonna kill her anyway.
It's always funny to see how people interpret these characters.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Nothing to
I
that.
mean, to be clear, I didn't give them any direction. I just wrote lines, and then it's like, oh, they're doing something on camera with it. Perfect.
Well, that's why it works. I mean,
Yeah.
as the leader of the gang, no, I think it. So much of what works about this movie may have just been happenstance, but it all worked. Like, yeah, he's the leader of the gang, so he's taking it super seriously. And then he's got these like dumb mugs behind him, like, oh yeah, okay, boss. Ah.
Yeah.
It's very Beagle Boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, cool it, you knuckleheads.
It's just like I contrast it with Resident Horror, you know, where it's like we shot this movie relatively quickly. It was like over a matter of like a few weekends, and you know the shoots were not terribly long, and there was Weiss.
Yeah.
And here's Rory.
That's what
Rory
That's
corpsing.
what I like
Yeah.
about you, Tim, is if we wanted to do shit like that, you just let us do it.
Yeah, I didn't know any better.
And you kept it in the movie.
I really enjoy
Things.
yeah, leaving like ad lib things in. So yeah. That's a reference to that Uwe Boll House of the Dead trailer. This is the best location we got for the movie when Chris Alt was just like, "Oh, hey, I have the access to this warehouse if you guys want to go in there." Okay.
It was totally like a Bart Simpson, like, I have a factory.
Yeah.
And he was like, let me take you to my factory.
All right, let's go in there and
Understand why we're
muck it up.
we know that Cindy is being
Isn't this,
held in
was this one of the scenes when we were trying to make a press kit? Put this in on it.
She could have been lying to us, trying to
Press
force
kit?
My
us to
imagining thing.
I
You remember we
maybe.
were trying to make a reel,
Oh,
you know, for all our press.
like
that
maybe
we-
like a highlight reel for the conventions.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Oh man, and now a lot of looking around. Because we got
Yeah,
this
I-
Zyko track, and that was
Oh man,
I was like, these people made music for this movie just because
fucking good music.
just because I asked them, and I'm going to use every
Yeah.
goddamn second of it.
And,
Oh,
yes,
somebody's
you
already
can
calling
tell.
it in the chat.
That's very apparent in this scene. You needed to get the whole song in there.
I mean, there's a
Alex-
building of tension, you know.
I think so. You know, private
Oh, this is great.
investigators, Alex and Ryan. And no dolphin noise there. The one place there should be a dolphin noise.
Oh wait,
That
wait,
shit's hilarious.
Darren, it's your line. The most famous moment in all of X-Strike history.
You built it up. You built it up. A restroom. Oh, I fucked it up. That's bad. I'm trying to.
Someday you'll
No
get
bath.
it right.
There is no bath in that.
You know, I realized, like, your first line in the movie, Darren, is about you, like, having to duck into a bathroom to avoid the principal. Like, you and bathrooms have been together.
You plan that?
No! I just realized it tonight. I'm like,
Oh my god, this is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
All real hair.
okay. Yeah, I just sprayed it back. I like this fight scene.
This is a really cool fight scene.
Like, because we both watched a lot of pro wrestling.
Yeah, I think. This is where Tim and I shine. This is how we met.
Yeah.
The first day I met Tim.
This is how we love. This is how we hate.
how we
Good shot.
express
Thank you,
ourselves.
Weez.
This is your love language.
Yeah, it's hard to offer our feelings up and be vulnerable, so we jump in on each other and touch each other and
Yeah.
put the figure four leg lock on him. The shape
Going
of a
for the
heart.
submissions. Yeah, going for the submissions.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. I mean, it's funny. Like, people... I'm getting ahead of myself. The Walls of Jericho line where Rocco complains about it towards the end of the movie. Like, people, they're like, yeah, why the hell did he do that? Like, the Lion Tamer is so much better. Like, that is really dumb throwaway line. I love that, but that effect and your head going into the box.
And a lot of this was just, I mean, as most of these scenes were, we're just planning it, looking around what we have.
Yeah, looking at the props, looking at the flow. I don't even know if we did a full walkthrough. It was just like, okay, let's do this. What are we going to do next? Okay, let's prop up this board. I'm going to kick
We
it.
didn't check what was in that box. You could have put my head into a box of nails for all I care.
I'd say that's great visual setup. Is that's where his glasses were, and then there's that massive hit right there.
Yeah.
Like he's not just there to dodge a kick; he's there to find his glasses.
Yeah.
There's a lot of throws in this movie, but a game that has no throws in it. Oh wait, no, there are throws.
No, it doesn't have.
There's no grappling, but you can pick up.
Ooh, I tell you, you guys are great at falling down.
I mean, we just hucky because we did not mind taking some bumps.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
How could you?
Yeah, we I believe shot this whole scene because I'm in it. Because why would the director not be in the scene? This is this fucking high five.
I love stuff like that. See, I think we lost some of that over the years. Just kind of like non sequitur.
We don't linger on it. Just there it is, and you move right on.
Yep.
Actually, I brought something like that up back in Snake, but I love those.
That's a line from the movie or the game, rather. Direct line.
Mm-hmm.
Back to a different shop
cafe.
on the other side of the driveway with the same waitress and the same tape. We just picked it up and moved it to the other side. I believe this was the last thing we shot that day. The teabag, by the way, is an actual Justin again.
No, that was George.
No,
with a big shit-eating grin, wasn't it? Like
no, that was Justin. Because
Really?
we shot this the same day, and he was there, and we just put him in every scene.
Remember, he walked out of the door in the other scene we were in, Dave, and then he walked by in this scene. It's a time loop. It's all connected. It's a time paradox.
It's all connected.
Still walking to this day.
Yeah. So this scene sucks because the camera's out of focus for some shots.
That's why the scene sucks.
Yep,
Has
that's
nothing
why.
to do with me.
Why am I? That's a fucking Sievage thing. That's a Chris Seaver thing. Is the super tight close up on people's faces? That's probably why I was doing it that close.
Really claustrophobic.
It did not.
We all wanted.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you know what? That's coming back though.
Yeah. It did not strike me till just then that that's probably what that was.
Yeah, wait a minute. Why am I player 2? It was my girlfriend that got snatched.
you know, Dave,
We're children.
You know, Dave, I have to say, I definitely felt intimidated making this movie in these scenes at the time. Not anymore, please. But no, at the time it was, you know.
See, look how out of focus this is. Yeah.
Well, that's why I knew I was saved, because then things were out of focus. People wouldn't know it was me. I wouldn't feel bad about screwing up.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave bringing the gravitas, the real acting talent. I mean, I guess Brett did too, but he's only in one scene, and he was a caricature.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I wanted to do this justice. And Tim, you write such verbose lines. Like, it's never just, I'm going to the store. Like, it's...
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Bitch, I am the Prince of all saying.
Yeah, right. Putting my junk in my pants and trotting out the door like a sack of nuts. You know, it's like
that might also be a knock-on effect of low-budget pictures.
Probably. But again, that's what gives it charm and character. It makes the dialogue easy to... Oh, look at that. Look at that real hair. So good. Well, Darrin, I can honestly say with no, like I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, that I loved your performance and I loved getting to work with you on that. Like, I'm so glad that this is like the first thing that we did together and how we met, because you were and still are such a genuinely sweet and earnest human being, that you were so committed to doing this and really doing it really well. And you're so funny. Look at this. Look at what you're doing here. You're hilarious.
Oh, crying on Twitch. That's very nice of you, Dave. I mean, I was happy to be in this. I was very excited Tim asked me, and Yeah, working with you too, Dave. I mean, I think that's what upset me most is that we never got to work together again.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a long movie like this again.
Oh,
but
not for
yeah,
you got some scenes in Resident Horror.
A couple of scenes together in Resident Horror, but not nearly enough.
Yeah, you weren't together.
Yeah.
made me want to perform better, Dave.
I love
No,
that.
I do.
Casey is ridiculous in that scene, by the way. Casey is not much of a fight guy.
This is when I met him too.
Yeah.
Ron, right?
Yep, Ron. Actual blood from smashing it on your shoulder. Yeah,
Leave
he's
it
he does photography, and he's in New York City, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should look him up.
Come on, leave me alone. I got
Yeah,
kids
he-
to feed.
You're in 9th grade.
Yeah.
I got homework.
Yeah, he was a guy I met over the network forums at UB.
Oh, wow.
As was the guy you just elbowed back there, Derek Heck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, they were both forum guys because I put it out on those forums. I was like, "Hey, does anyone want to come be in the movie?" And they volunteered. So
Slapping like Harrison Ford on some kind of big
he made that up.
I think-
That was all him. Yeah.
I think throughout all these movies, he's very underrated. I love his.
Thor, you'll have to beat the three of us first.
I just love his look. I love his delivery.
sour news for
Yeah.
you, Jack.
Jack.
Way to take out your buddy Blake.
Kind of looked like you decided to walk, and Tim was like, "Uh-oh, I gotta follow them."
Well, I had
I am filled with news as well, is another thing I
Yes.
still say to this day.
that is a great line. What's funny is like
Or
is that Dave, you start circling, and you circle quite a bit, and then we go to Mojo, who has not started circling at all, but then he starts. So you're like this.
I've
And
lapped him already.
By the time you're here, he's like, "Oh, I need to circle around this way."
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't turn that into like a joke. Like it just kept circling and
Yeah.
circling the whole time.
Spoony Bard. A lot of rhyming in these two scenes. That's not Justin back there, by the way. That's just some person.
It's just a random lady.
Can't hit a fat guy in the stomach. It never works. Give him the old bear hugger. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that move you went for, Dave. That was Mongolian chop.
Yeah.
As a guy who only
I wonder what movie had come out.
Oh man.
We were all-
Oh, you'll know for sure soon.
I know.
I do not know who that random lady is at all. While we were shooting scenes, I don't think it was this day, but multiple days at Fredonia, like the campus police were kind of quietly stalking us from like a distance, just seeing what we were doing. Because it was like summertime, there was nobody else around. So they were just like, what are these? Gotta be clean.
And that was such a nice little touch too. He carried it like they carry it in the game.
Yep.
Love.
And then whoop,
Oh, look at this effect.
special effects.
I mean, not bad considering what we were all capable of.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Alex ate the swordfish. Those are the actual swordfish stats. And now the last shop is actually in your kitchen.
Alex woke up with a watch in
Yeah.
this scene.
God damn
She
it.
wearing-
God damn it, Alex. What?
Spoils of war.
Got you some swordfish.
The nudie bar?
Sushi bar.
Oh, the misunderstandings.
Bad joke.
Alex also wears a lot of jewelry in this movie. You notice? I had the earring,
You're very
I had the
blinging.
chains around
Oh, yeah.
the neck. I had the watch. I had the bracelets, the jelly bracelets.
It's a very sort of rock star look.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
not awkward. I need to cover my body with as many things as possible. Distract from.
Stacy live in Virginia now, or Maryland, or something like that? Wow.
Maybe her mouth will tell us. Yeah, I believe it's Maryland, Virginia area. 'Cause
Kids?
every time we went down
Yeah.
for MagFest, she would say, "You should pop on over."
No, you should pop on over. That's what, like, Chris Alt, whenever we're down for MagFest, Chris Alt comes out to say hi to everybody, because he lives down there.
Yeah, man.
All right, strap in, everybody.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah, all right. This is a great time for your questions because this scene is the rest of the movie.
Here comes a long scene with no cutaway.
My
And it's so
God.
hard to see because the lighting is so dim.
It's all
Man,
funny.
You think this is dim? Have you seen Silent Horror?
this was the inspiration?
Yeah, like what if we shot an entire movie that was dark? We didn't have deer lights yet. That's why.
No, that was the problem.
Yeah.
What are some of the questions?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear
I was
those.
somewhat kidding. Yeah, we'll get to some of them.
Okay, well, we can.
Yeah,
wait.
I think this was kind of the day I met Rich. I don't know if I'd met him before, and he was just like, "Hey,
Wow,
I can
really?
I can do I mean, yes, I had met a lot of the people in this movie, but I had like barely met them when I was like, we're gonna do my movie now. Okay, that's a good question. Did you
had that
guys
question.
plan to film scenes with Otis, Tex, and the Cowboys? So those are bosses that are in River City High, and they are not in the movie, but they're in the game. Like once you get past Ivan in the game, you go through and you fight Otis in the gym, and then the Cowboys and Tex are like another floor up. I briefly considered adding it in, but it was just kind of at that point it was like my one point of restraint with this movie. One of the
Did
first.
you have? Okay, sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. No, what was it?
Did you have like casting, like celebrity casting in mind?
No,
of who you
not
wanted to
really.
cast? Oh, okay.
No, definitely not.
Hoping
Yeah,
for some
well,
new
when we first showed the movie, I remember Mustin of the One Ups band. Go buy some of his music. It's it's Bandcamp Friday. He was like, and I talked to him a lot more back at the time, like regularly. And he was like, you should cut the movie down to like 20, 30 minutes. And I was like, you're crazy. This needs to be feature length and have all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I should add more scenes. But it was like, I can see how kind of forward thinking that was like, oh man, a 20, 30 minute short movie is like tighter. You don't have scenes that are 8 years long like this. You get to the point quicker. Like, yeah, you don't get every single thing that happened in the game, Tim, but it might be a tighter. It's something I've thought about. I didn't think about it at the time at all. I was like, no, this is the movie. But
No, and I think at the time it played. But while yes, that might have been forward thinking at the time. Again, I think we would have had you cut it down that severely. We would have missed all these little these unpolished little bits that resonated with our audience. Like Rich here. This is our scene with Rich, and this is the first time I met Rich too, and I was a little intimidated shooting this scene with him because like he came in with this fully formed character and this voice and everything, just like
it's from Diablo.
Gives off the impression that he always knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
Which may or may not be true. I don't know, but damn it, he sells it if he doesn't. And
Commits to it, yeah.
yeah. And it was great. And he was hilarious in this scene, and he fucking owns it.
Yeah. He was just like, you want me to do the Deckard Cain voice from Diablo? And it was like, yeah. But yeah, the movie would have had to been like written from the start to be a shorter thing, because an hour, if I just threw out scenes, it would have been kind of a mess. But yeah, were there other people making this type of game movie at the time? Because I always thought of you as ahead of your time. And the answer is no! Nobody was making this stuff at the time. And that's something I lose sight of, because, I don't want to put us on a pedestal necessarily. But yeah, we were like the first people that put out a feature-length video game movie, independently, like by fans.
That was like the call on the website or on our shirts, and when we introduced ourselves, like length.
Sorry,
we hung
Joe.
our hats on.
And we're, I don't think did they even have Mega 64 stuff at that time?
Mega 64, because this is all pre-YouTube, mind you. Mega 64, they had a website, and I think they were putting their stuff either on like local TV or like something like that. So there was a couple of their videos up, but that was like a much shorter thing. And they never did stuff like this. They did their short stuff. So yeah, in like not many people even later on have done feature length stuff. There is certainly, but most fan films are much tighter.
Things will be much different this
Yeah, they're
time.
shorter
Yeah, I
things. Most
think-
fan films, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like once we were going to conventions, like we heard of people that, yes, exactly, they had done like a short, 15-minute thing or something.
Is our second Matrix reference.
Yeah.
No,
No. That's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Right.
Toby.
Yeah, the first Raimi. Definitely me carrying Darrin there.
The advantage of you being
Oh,
lighter
nice.
than. Well. Always thought that jump was going to look much better on camera than it actually did.
I needed a lower angle, I think.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I remember at like MagFest 4 or 5, when we did that one filmmaker panel with like the Fargate guys and like Main Moon, the one that was a total disaster.
Oh yeah.
Because Triforce of Empire Arcadia, I remember, among other things, but one thing he said, he was like, "You guys, none of you are gonna exist in a few years because I know MTV is like, doing these shows with like gamers about
Doing the
video games
reality
and
show.
stuff." And
Yeah.
boy, that didn't happen, Triforce. There's plenty of people making video game movies. You were totally wrong about that one there, bud. Yeah, Transformers the movie reference for no fucking reason.
I love it. Those are, they're still great, Tim.
Yeah, they're in every movie because I put them in there. And Rory even put one in Silent Horror, like not having the affinity for Transformers the movie that I do.
Yeah. It works.
Maybe I just twisted his arm. I remember there was one review about this movie that was like, this. I've never seen a movie with so many references to Transformers in the movie. Hey, The Matrix again, and then yeah.
But that's kind of how we fought each other too. Like we're just play fighting. It's like we. this is what we do in our spare time.
Yeah, I don't know what Triforce is doing now. He's not one of those people I keep track of. I used to be friends with him on Facebook, but not anymore. Presumably he's still in New York City, still trying to do. I thought
To fuck with me.
that's a reference
There
to
we go.
Dragon Knight. That anime.
Nice. Look at the intensity.
What's going on here? I gotta
Tongue out.
quit. Somebody.
The old third
Where did he go?
I'll tell you, one of the questions that was submitted earlier is like, how have we grown? I don't know if it was how have you grown as an actor, but so I'm watching this movie and so much I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much how I act.
Cool.
This is just my acting style. It's the acting style of, okay, Dave, could you pull it back a bit, please?
I don't know. For this movie, I think it works like the more we crank it up to 11.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was writing the movie, and I said I was kind of struggling with what to do with Turk, and I was talking to Weiss, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do with him because I don't really feel like there's anything memorable about his fight. Like he just fights you on some random screen in the game. He's not like at the park like one person, or in the factory like somebody, or over here like this guy. And Weiss was just like, maybe you should make it like that in the movie. So then I was like, okay, what if a ninja jumps out of a tree and kills him? Turk.
Very into ninjas at the time.
I don't remember this
It was
music.
clever.
I believe this music was just on OCR, and I used it.
Boy, that
You just took it.
I just took that one. Yeah,
Much like the Sprite.
yeah. Hey, we recolored it. We made it gray. It's totally different.
I thought that was clever.
Yeah.
to use
What
the
I
gray-
liked about it, in that first shot where it appears like the camera is actually still move, the camera's constantly floating, and like the ninja moves along
Yeah.
with. It's not like just a static framed shot where you can easily,
Yeah. Chad did a really good job with the tracking of on the ninja. I like this fight scene too because
This is a great fight scene,
there's
great
just a lot
location
going
too.
on. Yeah, the PBC.
Look at this place.
They
This
demolished
was
that
really
place,
fun,
didn't they?
too.
Oh,
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did. All the graffiti went with it.
Yeah, I know that was a hangout for some of you Fredonia folk.
Yeah, and I think again, this scene, I love the fight scene. This was fun to make. I mean, there was so much choreography.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Together for this. The lines were good.
The music is great. This is Maze Dude's River City Rammstein.
And it's goofy too. I love how silly this is.
Yeah, get him. But yeah, I think just like, you know, it was a nice sunny day, so it lit really well inside the building, because like there is like I think a hole up there in the roof where sunlight is coming down. Like it's just like good space to use and frame things around, and
I think it helped. I mean, that was the thing with all the movies. We were always so focused on locations because they all need to be different and unique. And this is one of the best ones, I think.
Yeah, and we didn't do that with silent horror. We just made sure it was dark out.
Right. Is it nighttime? Good. Let's go outside. You know, I had thought that the second Matrix movie hadn't come out yet, but the beginning of this is the whole agents, like the Burly Brawl reference.
Yeah.
And now it's coming back. The timing.
Rory really going for it there with the swings.
Yeah.
I really like that stick he has. What?
Am I fighting with a staff because I asked for it? Like, because again, that was a college thing that I studied in college, was fighting with a quarterstaff.
No,
So
I mean,
I'm
my staff. I think I was just like, I want this in this fight, and you're going to use it.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well, that's
think.
fortuitous then.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we just brought along any weapons that people had, and things in the house.
And then left them all in Fredonia. I like this. Good. Yeah, getting that boner. That.
He likes what he sees.
Yeah.
This day.
Props to Chris and Chad just snickering back
Yucking
there.
it up.
Here we go, Samurai Jack.
You can fly?
I did not know. I had never watched this show. It was like Tim trying to explain to me what I needed to do.
Sorry.
I hope that I.
Yeah, I hope that everybody watched every single thing that I every piece of media I had consumed before watching this movie, so you could get every reference.
Well, to your guys' credit, you always showed me those movies or clips after we filmed them. So that's what I was supposed to do.
I will say, yes, this space was dangerous. Like, there is a pit in the middle that just goes down into water, and that's why they demoed it. Because it was not a safe space for hooligans like us to be hanging out.
We only shoot places where you could kill yourself.
Yeah.
Very by accident.
But it was fun. Yeah, I don't think this roof was terribly safe, but, you know, good kick here. Yeah. What's funny is that, like, most of us didn't take any martial arts until, I don't know, we were pretty much done
Years
making
later.
movies. Yeah, like I didn't start until like early River City or Resident Horror stuff, and neither did Rory there, but we're going for it in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Pootie Tang.
Oh.
Do we still love Pootie Tang? I don't love the guy who made it as much, but speaking of somebody...
I have not watched it in so long.
I still, you know... The accident at the steel mill, man. Dirty D, still dirty, I see. There's still things from that movie I reference. I still like it. Yeah. Very, very underrated little movie. But yeah, obviously I felt the need to have a very direct Pootie Tang reference in the movie.
Now, when the perspective of the camera is just right, like we really sell those hits.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it, Dave.
You're selling
And
that,
now the
Dave.
belt's back on him.
Magic.
All right, we need some more Transformers the movie references in here already. God damn. It's
What time?
It's been eons.
Been a good 8 minutes.
I mean,
Dude,
you
I
write
just-
what you love.
That line is in a game. It's in Trek to Yomi, actually, that I just played, that just came out on Game
really?
Pass. Yes. You who are without mercy now plead for it. And I popped up out of my seat. I'm like, is that a coincidence? Or did they love Transformers the movie as much as me?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Freaking wiffle ball bat. Yeah, we found these, like...
Oh, that's great.
Nice, Dave.
Well, like, we found those plants, whatever, that just, like, shattered when you bashed them against something. And I'm pretty sure that still hurt, because he went for it. But, I mean, it looked really cool. Bye, Rory. That was a decent fall he took there too.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, I
It's
would not.
actually more.
That's like at
This is
least
more-
like 7 or 8 feet.
Yeah, but I felt like it was more dangerous if Dave had fallen off the other side than when Rory.
Yes,
actually
correct.
fell.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, it was much higher.
He almost killed me because of you.
yeah, it would have been like over 10 the other way.
I just reacted.
I like this scene too, Dave. I wish we had had more like this where we just got
Where
to
you bicker.
It wasn't my
yeah,
stupid
well, just
ass
banter
work.
and play off each other. Or it was a lot of fun. I feel like this took a lot of takes. If I
Yeah.
remember,
I believe we just reached down and pulled Rory up out of there.
You, man. You could've made it anyway.
No, we didn't leave him there.
I whoop it.
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah. There's a question of how we got Rory out. Yeah, all right. Now we need to reference my childhood.
Saved your ass.
Good old Peter Endress.
So, well, it happened.
It did happen.
Well, I don't care. Well, it happened. That's yet another thing that I still say to this day. Well, it happened.
Dave, all your great lines are from this movie.
I know. Yeah.
It's like some
I don't really say bitch anymore.
bitch. I say it all the
say it a
And I
lot.
time.
think I broke out
It's
laughing.
like my favorite term of endearment.
Can I get a coffee? Thanks.
There we go. Yeah, the almost got him scene. Of course, referencing the great episode of Batman the Animated Series.
Ryan's beat, but then Alex comes along and whips our
Because we need to break things up. At this critical point in the movie, we need to slow things down and see what the incidental characters are doing.
Again, I always liked these scenes where it was just kind of what would they all be doing, after you see them again, or what. It's a good thing to cut away to rather than just a quick gag.
Yeah. Well, some time has to pass, and you guys have to be. It would be. It would be. Yeah, I don't know. Weird if it was just on you guys the entire movie. It would be hard to, keep things interesting. You need a break
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
How many tapestries in this movie too?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Innocuous Blonde in the chat also found those dry, shattery, stalky weeds to bash each other with. So we're not the only ones. They just grow. I don't know what they are. I have not seen them since.
Let's try and figure that out before the end of this. What are those weeds?
Let's go there and find out. Maybe they left the trees.
Let's return to the scene.
I'm pretty sure that's a
see what-
housing development now. Just leveling
Fredonia?
historic grounds where we filmed, Nth Mile and River City Rumble and Silent Horror.
Tim, do you have any recollection or idea about like what scenes were shot first and what were some of the final scenes to be shot? Because I know shooting it, like everything was completely out of order, and I just went with it and knew that it would all come out in post.
I believe the first day, I think the first thing we shot was like the Mojo fight scene. That was
Okay.
one of the first things. I know the Third Wheel Factory was either the first or second weekend. Rocco was either the first or second weekend. Because I remember we shot like 2 weekends in a row. And then like we took a break. Like we couldn't get the third weekend together. And then we didn't get back together until like some point in summer, which is when we shot like all the stuff where Justin Turnbloom's there, which was all the shop scenes.
Right.
And there was another day where we picked up Ron and Derek. That's this day because they show up later. You can kind of track what we all shot in one day by what the extras are. So
If I'm wearing the hair or not.
yeah, because Darrin only has hair on the first 2 days of filming. For the first 2 weekends of filming, because it was in that break where he forgot he was in a movie and had to maintain a look and got his hair cut.
To the taint.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long break, to be fair.
It's a great shot.
Who started
It was like a couple weeks. You got
Don't you know there's more important
That was long back then. Nowadays, a week feels like years.
yeah.
Stop it. This isn't just about
But yeah,
something.
that
It's-
made, what?
Like Tim, for your first movie, the plotting of this is well structured because it's the classic structure of the heroes. The part that 3/4 of the movie, the heroes have to have a fight with each other and break up and have a reason to bicker and then come back together and galvanize for the final battle.
Galvatron for the final battle.
When was the last time you did something with your afternoon besides
Yeah,
writing?
there's my guns.
Something that you wanted to do.
Right to bear arms.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, this stuff was. I don't remember what the last thing we shot was. I do not remember that, but it all went pretty quickly. You know, like we were usually done. You know, a few hours. You know, by dinner time. I guess it wasn't. You know, by the time we got to Resident Horror, like it was a few weekends of filming, but those weekends were full.
Long.
They were very busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember some long days. But also another thing with this movie, and I think we probably talked about this a long time ago, but another benefit of it, I mean, the setup was very easy, the costumes were easy.
Yeah, that's true.
Or anything. I mean, we could just get the shirts, go, shoot, and there just was not the prep work that
That's
all
a
the
good
later
line, by the
movies-
way.
Right.
You could measure my
Was that
happiness.
was that the 1,000 bees?
You could measure my happiness in hundreds.
Oh yeah.
Gave all the best lines to Chad.
But part of the reason why, I went with a River City Rumble parody adaptation first is because I knew it would be easy and I wouldn't be like overreaching. It was like, okay, you just need. Everyone has jeans except for Rory apparently, and I just needed to get the solid color shirts. Like all the locations were. All the locations were. That's a Rocko's Modern Life reference. All the locations were easy enough to find. Like there was nothing tough there. It was just very doable. I knew I wouldn't get hung up being like, oh, we need elaborate costumes or an elaborate set.
It didn't seem insurmountable.
Extra punches.
Yeah, and not like for Resident Horror where like
it's so
everything
dark.
was some kind of specialty place.
Snake for
Yeah,
that.
and then it was like, hey, do you and all of your roommates want to come be in a movie? Here's some red shirts. Go for it.
Right.
This was great because like literally that was it. Just like bunch of guys show up and just go nuts.
Yeah. No, I think it's the biggest group fight scene.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And they went for it. Look at these guys. Just flinging themselves around. Nobody's got any health insurance. No, they don't care. We're all young 20-something, feel invincible.
That's a cool looking building.
That was the first and last time I met some of those guys. But I saw
A great shot there. That static shot with people running through, and then we'll just reverse it.
Yeah, George just being full George here. I don't know if he still does the shimmy shakedown, but I'm sure he
We've
would if you
seen
asked.
George do the shimmy shakedown within the past few years.
Yeah.
I believe we made George do a shimmy shakedown the last time we all got together.
Was last year actually, in like June when Weiss was up. Was that the last time we got together? Yeah.
That was the last time we got together, but that's not when I recall him doing a shimmy shakedown.
No, I think it was. I think it was
the
before that. Yeah.
Before that, couple years before when we got together at my house and played some games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Last year was
Dropping
definitely.
elbows.
Last year was definitely like, oh my god, we haven't seen each other in like 2 years.
In 2
Let's
years.
just hang out and talk. Like we played no video games.
Yeah. This motherfucker.
Yeah, I haven't seen Joe in a while. Joe actually, who's the guy who brought shorts and sandals to a fight. He used to. I actually bought the house next door to him when I bought a house here in Buffalo. He since moved up to Amherst, but this is a Busta Rhymes video reference. Yeah,
To ram with me.
Joe now lives up in Amherst, so I don't see him so much anymore. Last time I think I bumped into him at a park, but and then they all do it with him.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I saw Jaquan a few months ago at a AEW Dynamite in Rochester. And
cool.
And I'll see him again in a couple months at an AEW Dynamite in Rochester.
Nice. Yeah, I keep in touch with Jake Wan and Joe.
Hello.
As well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in person in years.
Yeah, I only saw him briefly.
Shaky, shaky.
Darrin, did you give someone a Bleach figure at Otakon with a movie? I don't remember that.
Acting
So-
my little ass off.
It's possible. If I did that, it was not my figure.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't.
I have never owned a Bleach figure, so I may have given it to you.
Yes,
Because
you could.
possibly someone gave it to me. So
Oh.
I They get forward.
This was something we shot, I think, relatively late. Because
Oh yeah.
I think this was the last thing we shot. Not late in the day, ding dong. I mean, like one of the last things we shot for the movie because we covered you in blood. And I don't
just call me a ding dong, you
did.
knucklehead, you
Oh, yeah.
ding-a-ling.
I was asked if we consider doing a live action sauna scene with full Dave ass. And yeah, I thought about it.
I would have done it.
I thought about
I-
it, but that's the thing.
partial nudity.
I know you would have done it.
I'm comfortable with my body.
Volunteered to be in one too, and you said no.
In fact, is there a way to monetize this Twitch stream right now? Because I'll do some stuff
I don't think you can do that on Twitch, Dave.
right now.
You
Okay.
could do a sauna Twitch,
Now,
a bath water.
This here, the only thing we shot not in Fredonia. We shot it up to University of Buffalo.
This was early on too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This was one of the first things.
That looks like your real hair, so yeah, I'm thinking yes.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah,
This is a good looking fight scene too, because you did some speed up tricks and
I
made
did,
the hits feel really
Well,
hard.
Yeah, well, also my brother was the only one who had a black belt in
Marcy.
this movie, so he
Yeah.
was.
You know,
yeah,
I
His
was
moves look
very-
good.
yeah.
I was very nervous. I was always grateful James did not actually
Murder
injure
anybody.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yes, he could have very well.
So, right in that room to the left, I think is where we shot the torture scene in Snake.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
Yep,
you are correct.
room 322. Yeah. We came back here for Snake, and then we went downstairs and had an encounter with the police. But that's a story for another live commentary.
And Tim, we came back to this same hallway some years later to film.
Yes. something
funny little-
cathartic, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we briefly did a King of Filming monthly video competition that lasted like 2 months because not anybody participated really. But that's fine. But yeah, we shot a alternate ending in low budget pictures style. And that's what we shot there. Yeah.
That's what we shot there.
Hey, wait.
Which was fun. And yes, it was good catharsis for me. Just,
You know about that?
She ratted out your hideout. Not a
Am I
bad
still
beat,
fuzzy?
though.
no, you're good.
Better now.
I think you're
Okay.
fine. Your camera is not. I don't have control over your focus. Stung by 1,000 bees.
Indeed.
Oh man,
Randy, Andy,
it's us.
This is another great track.
Make it double.
Others.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I think this was Roger Matthews did this one. Oh, did I miss one? I did. God damn it! I'm gonna have to get that dolphin.
Get that dolphin.
No, pretty sure he just. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, eat that shit.
Yeah.
Just incidental
The
broom.
broom.
Oh, some broomography here.
Yeah, this was the
janitors.
some good selling there by old James.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the classics department at UB.
Very classic.
Yeah, laying.
This is a classic.
Yeah, it's good. Oof.
Ouch, my nails.
Yeah, we do some good stuff here. Yeah, and like I remember, Dave. Actually, we I kind of considered shooting this at our old high school, and I remember we asked your dad, who was the principal at the time.
We did, didn't we?
Yes, and he was like, "Well, I can't give you permission, but if you can find a way into the school," and I was like, we'll just use UB." You know.
Wait, and did you choose UB because it's just different? Like, we
yeah.
didn't want to use an interior of Fredonia? Or
Well,
what? the
I think
thinking?
it was
I don't
this
remember.
hallway, and I just knew it because I went to UB.
Oh.
So this academic building is connected to a bunch of the dorms. So my dorm was down that hallway, I think, to my right, whatever. But yeah, at one end of this hallway was where my dorm was. So actually, if I was going to the food place and wanted to stay indoors, I could walk down this hallway. More Transformers.
More Transformers, the movie reference.
Yeah. So yeah, like I would
Nap up.
walk down this hallway in my
That was
PJs
right
when I
there.
wanted to grab a quick snack when I was staying up till 4 in the morning playing StarCraft.
Give him the finger.
So tired through this whole movie.
Stalking down
going
that
with
hallway.
Cindy.
Yo.
Apparently missed you there, even though there was a hit sound. And I go out. There's a little... Can't get back in. It's a fire door. Why is it locked?
So you can't get to the food
Good
place.
sell there, Darrin.
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh.
Not so much.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that-
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
It's the best one in the movie, Dave.
Well, that was one that was sped up a little bit.
Well,
Like, one
yeah,
of the only
yeah.
ones, but...
Oh, don't tell him that. Come on.
I mean, you can tell. But yeah, like, clearly
Spoiled
using
him, man.
his Taekwondo disarm stuff there. I think... God. I think he was... I'm trying to remember how old my brother was then. He might have been, like, he was either a senior in high school or just out of high school. Because he's 5 years younger than me, so he would have been, like, 18.
Time to blow.
Time to blow.
Time to blow.
Hey, I made it back. Just in
Oh,
time.
you figured out that door.
Some good, yeah. We did
It was
it.
you doing that.
Yeah, that landed well too.
That smirk. Real confident.
Smug son of a bitch.
know.
I could do
geez,
so
that-
much with my face when I had hair.
You really did so much to your hair for these movies. Painted
Yeah,
it black,
I murdered
dyed
it for your movie.
You did.
Sent it to an early grave.
And it's much appreciated.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Forget about us.
I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but it's fine.
Oh, who is that doing those voices?
I swear. This
I'm
Zach.
pretty sure one of them's me.
Yeah.
I feel like you did. Did you and Weiss maybe, or you and Chad?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, me and somebody.
This is the end of the road, Slick.
Probably in
Might
the
have been Rory.
credits. Oh no, you credited them as themselves.
Yes, that's right. That was absolutely Jimmy and Bibby
It was
Lee. Jimmy and Bimmy.
Jimmy and Bimmy.
Yeah, what, like, so, Chad doesn't really fight in this movie because he has, like, a back thing. So, like, he had to be protected. So, did not take a lot of bumps. Hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Good stuff.
And it makes his evil power disappear.
You're right.
In the games, he's like possessed by a demon or something like that. Like he has, like if you, I believe he's in River City Girls, and like he has like a demonic power.
I despise you.
Yeah,
must have watched this. And then put that. In there.
yeah. Oh man.
Come on, buddy. Let's get out of here.
Go to the food place.
I won't forget this.
Yay! I will one thing I do love about this movie is it's only like an hour long, unlike a lot of movies these days, which are like 3. This is a short ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
this is not.
Lean
This,
and mean.
this was it. One phase.
Yeah.
One
Oh.
movie, no sequel. Oh,
He's punching you in the face.
Face. That was my. If I had one constant refrain shooting this movie, I was like, "All right, guys, you're punching each other. Just don't get so close." Everyone
I
would
remember,
always like
yeah.
lean way, like everyone would always step in. Like I preface it by saying like, okay, everyone, you can literally be 3 feet apart from each other, swing, and like just the angle of the camera is going to sell it. But invariably, everyone would just lean way in and like,
oh yeah.
Hang on, I really have to pee. You guys keep the people entertained.
all right,
I
Oh.
cannot hold it.
Dave, I remember you saying that, and me just expressing the opposite. No, this is gonna be fine. You know, like whatever. I watch wrestling. We're gonna lay it in. It's a camera. We're not on stage, David. We can't just slap our own hand.
Well, that's unlike some of us were I think better at delivering at delivering low impact hits than others, like hits where the energy is dispersed across. You can do an open hand slap on the meat of something,
Mhm.
and it's fine. But invariably, everyone just wanted to close up those knuckles and lean right in, and we all, I think, each one of us probably took a knuckle sandwich to the keister.
Absolutely.
Not to the
we
keister.
always used to, well, some of them were keisters, but
I'll take a knuckle sandwich to the
we
keister.
used so many
now and then.
weapons in the movie too that it was always
Yeah,
fear that
yeah.
the stick was gonna hit your face.
Uh-huh. It's always a danger of just getting
scary.
clocked in the fucking face.
I mean, it was an exercise in trust among these people,
Oh,
really. You know?
Trusting these people that we all just met.
But yes, some people I'd never met before. Some people that, we had done stuff like that before, just fooled around with the weapons or something. But yeah, it was a little. Once that camera rolls, though, again, you feel invincible. And
Exactly.
you just,
Your
I'm gonna-
adrenaline gets up and you're ready to
Word.
fucking.
young white males, or just nothing's gonna hurt me.
Hot-blooded young men.
Hit me with the garbage can. Yeah, it's fine. Tim, fall
Dude.
down the hill.
The next,
okay.
the next movie, I was like, Steve Smith hit me in the head with a steel chair.
Right. We're
And
fearless.
I'll talk about that, more. I don't know when we do that. But yeah, now we got time for a little bit of Q&A. Like I said, I have this huge pile of questions sent in. Of course, there's still many of you lovelies in the chat hanging around. I appreciate that. The amount of this film that lives rent free in your head is impressive. My catchy dialogue. Yeah. Let's see. Where are they now for the cast? I think we touched on some of those. Casey Bowker, who is Blade, he is writing. He has continued doing filmmaking. He did like a food show for Rochester, a local food show for that. But he's really pushing. He's got some comic books out. You can follow him on Twitter. He's at Chaz Voltaire, I believe.
He's doing some screenwriting. He's got an agent that's shopping around a screenplay.
Trying to think.
He's working on right
Chad's doing puppets. Weiss is in Austin. He does video editing. He does improv down there. Sadly left Buffalo, years ago. Rich is in New Zealand, who played Merlin. He's in New fucking Zealand. He has a couple kids. He's doing. He's like a professor of game stuff out there. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Trying to think who I might not have mentioned. Alana's like just living on the other side of Buffalo, and I don't see her nearly enough because that's how life is when you have kids, and it's hard. It's harder than it seems. Yeah, trying to think of what else is in the movie that we didn't mention that I still talk.
Tim, what are you doing? What are you up to right now?
Oh, I'm doing a commentary for a movie I made 20 years ago.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as creative things, I do reviews for the SML podcast. I am, I am the ghost that has been maintaining X-Strike Studios, the Facebook and social media and the website for years, trying to keep it alive. But yeah, I mean, we as X-Strike, and we'll get to questions in a second here, but yeah, like we want to make more stuff, but. Yeah, like we had a plan, we had ideas, and then the pandemic happened, and like things, it's hard to get that going again. And like I have all the materials for The Crossing, like here in my basement, but I cannot do that by myself. Like you gotta have more hands when you're working on it. But we'll get going eventually. We have lots of time.
So Ben Lathan and Brett Vanderbrook.
Yeah, Ben is just working in IT. He has a couple kids. Like I said, I see him every day. It's horrible. Not that much though, because he like never shows up to work. He shows up late. So he literally seemed like he came into work for lunch today. Yeah. Brett is in New York. He's hustling and acting here and there. I don't know if he's done anything like terribly of note. Sorry, Brett, but no, he's done like some voiceover stuff and
Voice acting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dave, of course, is a prolific voice actor.
Apparently now I'm a prolific voice actor.
Yeah, most recently in that Warframe teaser stuff, but you might remember him from the Sports Authority commercials from about a decade ago. Respecting the authority.
With Michael Strahan. I just want to mention with Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
Good Morning America's Michael Strahan. I appeared alongside. And Darrin, living up in the big city with your lovely family.
I'm living it up. Look at this. Alice here. This is my.
Yeah. Let
where
me tell
all the
you.
magic happens.
Pandemic is awesome when you have small children. When I say awesome, I mean not. I'm jealous of all you motherfuckers who don't have kids and we're just like, like living with your sweetie or something.
Not that it was easy.
Yeah, not that it was easy for anybody.
Everyone had it difficult in your own way. But yes, keeping grubby little hands safe is a challenge during a global pandemic.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. Yeah,
You mentioned
we hit
Steve?
most of them. Yeah, we mentioned
Steve?
Steve. Steve is also in Buffalo. He works in like real estate insurance adjusting or something like that. But yeah, let's talk about some questions. Does Ben still get blown around by high winds? No, he gained weight. He looks like
2 kids.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Rory in like 7 years. I don't know what he's doing. Wait, where? Okay. When you made this, did you know you'd take it through the convention circuit? How else did you imagine distributing it? Man, I wasn't thinking about that at all. I believe.
What were you thinking about? Where did you think people would see this?
I don't know. Well, the thing. So
Do you
Magfest.
even want to print it?
Magfest 1 had happened at that point before I wrote it. So I knew that existed. So of course, once the movie was like maybe half shot when I messaged them and was like, hey, I have this River City Ransom movie. Can we come be guests at your show? And they were like, totally yes. Oh my God, someone wants to come to Magfest. And yeah, it was, I'm sure that cut was done like the day before or some shit like that. It was not a lot of time. But it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as close a call as some of our cuts. I'll say that much. But yeah, and then at Magfest, we, met some people, met a lot of people there at that Magfest that would go on to be like, like long-term friends, like people I met at Magfest too, that I am still friends with to this day. But, some of them did stuff at other conventions and were like, hey, do you want to come show this at KatsuCon? Big ups to Rez, longtime X-Strike super fan Rez, who was like, you want to bring this to KatsuCon? We were like, yeah, sure. I think he's because you want to bring it to a convention that has like 5,000 people in it. I was like, oh my God, 5,000 people. Sure. Let's go. Yeah. We'll drive down in my Aerostar and like overnight and be up until 11 PM to show my movie in a video room and then enjoy a convention the rest of the time. But then it's like, through going there, it's like, okay, you meet someone from this anime convention, you meet someone from this anime convention, like, oh yeah, you should come to ours. And then it's like, oh, we should go to Otakon because that's the biggest one. And that's how we ended up going to just so many anime conventions, because that's what there was at the time. It was anime conventions. There wasn't a lot of, now there's more game conventions now, thanks, a decade later. But yeah.
Haze.
There's a bunch in chat.
Yeah, I know. I gotta see. This is the part. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to people watching me and actually talking to me.
Still in that.
Okay, so I like this one. If we were college kids now, or just post college, if we were at that age, how would we imagine them happening? Like a YouTube channel, or would we just be making TikToks?
Oh, the movies, like, because
Yes.
my first reaction.
Or how would we be
I don't
making
think-
stuff? Yeah.
I don't think we'd even make them. We'd probably all be streaming or something. Yeah, we'd probably just be running around trying to shoot them on our iPhones. That's my first thought.
I was going to say, see, I think of anything, our production values would be so much better because the cost of equipment versus quality is so much more accessible than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, this phone, better camera than what we shot all of our movies on.
The movie, yeah.
And
All of
nobody
them.
nobody needs to run out and get tapes for it. Or,
Yeah.
mean, I will say, thinking about that, like all of the problems we had on these movies wouldn't exist. You know, like dropping the camera, forgetting something, the tripod breaking.
I'm pretty sure we could still forget things, Darrin.
No, I'm sure we'd fuck up in different and new creative ways. I'm just taking stock of what screwed us up.
Now, I don't know if this counts.
Dave's right.
Like at the time, I was a theater major and didn't really know anything about filmmaking, but the last 10 years of my career have been mostly film and voiceover. So I'm now much more interested in like the process of filmmaking. And so if this counts for the question, if I was as interested and knowledgeable about filmmaking then as I am now, I think I would have been much more into that side of, I would have been like, Tim, hand me the camera. Let me shoot this one while you're in the shot. And
I remember when we were filming something for Gamer Fitness, which is also in Limbo, like you were our sound guy on that, and you entered the world of sound where you have the boom and you're listening to everything. And I remember you were really digging it at the time. But that was something that I had experienced.
I just bought a boom pole. Tim, I just bought a boom pole.
Yeah. There he goes.
But thinking about the question, like how would we release it? I feel like
probably
maybe it would just be straight to YouTube at that point. Let's see Dave's new toy.
Oh my God!
Another
stick.
Boom pole. See, this is why he loves this stick in the movie.
I have no use for a boom pole. I'm not going out on film sets or anything, but like, I got it. Yeah. I'm ready for the next time we make a movie. This is going to be me.
That's good, because I think Weiss has our boom pole, and that's in Austin. Not helpful. Yeah.
I got the boom pole. I got the shotgun mics. I got the mobile recorder. I got all the stuff.
Well,
I'm ready.
Dave, let's get our daughters together and do River City Girls.
That was actually a question. Yes. If we were to cast it with our children, it would be probably Violet and and Onion, Anya, as the River City Girls.
Yeah, that would,
my actress Julie, my 10-year-old is an accomplished actress herself, and
she would be the villain. Yeah,
she would be the villain.
Yeah,
I don't know. We got a whole movie here. I think we should do this.
Yeah, absolutely. What movies inspired you, any of you, to study or do films in the first place? And I'll tell you, none. I wasn't like a filmmaking guy. I wasn't like making home videos. I just happened to get into making movies in college. And then I was like, oh, this is easy. I can do this. All you need is a camera and like ideas and you point and you shoot. No, that's what we did with this. And that's what, we were doing in low budget pictures. And you can make it's not a crazy off the wall movie, but you can do stuff. But obviously more of my inspiration that I put into the movies came from video games. Like that was, the stories that I was interested in and wanted to touch on.
I think, and the intimidating part for me was always like, how do you get a script written for this? And I think Tim, kicked this off and showed us this is how you can do it. You can just do it in a fun way, because it always felt like, oh, how do you fill an hour plus or whatever, however long the other ones would be even longer.
You write a conversation between two human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, we were all active in some form of theater. Obviously, Dave way more than of us, but we had acting roots, and I think that made me want to translate that to doing something like this, and I was excited to be in the film. But
Tim, something you touched on earlier with the pop culture reference stuff, I think the only major Hollywood director who had been doing that we could have looked to at that time was probably Kevin Smith. And I think when we started filming this, that's what I had in mind, was the sort of Kevin Smith style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was I about to say. But actually, I wish I still had this, but I did take after I'd kind of done some movies, I took a like intro to digital arts class in college, where I made like a rudimentary River City Ransom movie poster, and I did some other stuff. But for the final project, the video project, I made a trailer for a duck hunt movie.
That was really good. I remember you showed us that.
And I'm super proud of that because I wasn't in the media department, so I had no idea about anything. And the only reason it got done is because Casey Bowker, had happened to reserve one of the editing suites for overnight, and he gave it to me, and I edited the whole thing overnight the night before. Like, got home at got to my apartment. It's like 6 a.m. Fell asleep, woke up halfway through the 2-hour class, like jump out of bed with the with the final print, get on my bike, haul ass to the opposite end of campus, like a mile away, get in the middle of class. I'm late, and I had intentionally not gone to the previous class where they were showing final projects because it wasn't fucking done. So I intentionally used one of my skips for the year on that one. Came in halfway through the last class, and they're like, "Oh, you're here? Yeah, let's show your thing." And they had one of the other guys that taught there to help critique the products or the projects, and he was like, "That was really good. That was really funny. You should do something with that. That was really well done."
Talent.
And then the next guys, he just shit all over it. He was like, there's a fine line between being funny and just screwing around with your friends. And I was
that's how you. Yeah, I know, and that gave us the idea that we should eventually do a Duck Hunt May Cry movie. It never came to be.
It never came to be. But yeah, that was a good feeling. DVD mastering process. We actually mastered the DVD in-house. That's a tough thing to do. That was a tough part of the whole process. Something that Danimal Cannon has mentioned to me, and something else I really because we just did it and went through it. I don't think about how ridiculously difficult some of the things we did were. He points out the fact that we were exporting feature length movies on consumer level equipment, and doing those renders, and it's just he's like, I can't believe you guys did that stuff and made it work, and we should have had much, much more expensive equipment with more processing power for what we were doing, but somehow we made it work.
Yeah. And that was the thing. I mean, that was kind of the attitude with these movies. It was just how can we get it done? What can we afford? I think that's the thing. I think later, I mean, as time went on, we started making more decisions of oh, we can't afford that. Oh, we don't have the time. Oh, we can't. Got to replace the camera. How can we do this? So
yeah, there's a. I don't know. We'll talk. I think we'll probably end up doing more of these commentaries. Get some people on, talk over the old movies because people are here and this is fun and it's a cool thing to do to talk about this stuff in retrospect. But yeah, we definitely learned a lot over the years, and. Yeah, one of the things is just there was really not a lot of criticism for the River City Rumble script when it was made. I don't think we knew how to criticize each other and take criticism yet. Yeah. That script, I wrote it and Weiss is just yep, it's good.
Yeah.
Well, shoot it.
And that's, that's something else. We'll save that discussion for down the road too. But, I feel that is very much our process is, oh, you wrote a script. All right, we're shooting it. It's done. There's no rounds of editing. I can't write a script. Tim wrote one. It must be amazing. Let's just shoot it.
It wasn't until the whole side quest debacle that I think we really learned to be able to look at a script and look at what we're trying to do and say, this isn't, because we had to look at it and be well, this thing that I wrote isn't going to work. So what do we do with this? And then I think that, that got rewritten a couple times, and through those discussions, I think we kind of, we got to a point where we were okay, we can just this is bad. This is, so it's why Resident Horror ends up being the best one, in my opinion, arguably, because we were able to edit each other and, criticize and make things better and have more of a process. At all stages of the production.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, there's a few things I want to
Address.
I thought there was.
Discuss.
Who got hurt the most during filming? I'm pretty sure it was Dave getting punched in the face there at the end. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm sure there was some bumps and bruises throughout.
How did we bloody Ron's nose?
Oh, yeah. Okay. You punched him in the stomach, punched him in the stomach, and his reaction was like he went, ooh, and slammed his nose into your shoulder, and that's how he got bloody.
Yeah.
It's a very quick shot, and it doesn't even look like anything. Like Rory, he like bent his foot backwards and it slapped me in the face when we're fighting on the roof near that pit. That kind of stung. And then there was a close call, Tim, with you and I, that like metal umbrella.
Oh yeah.
Hole, like that just came dangerously close to my eye, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Tim had to tell me, like, I almost stabbed you in the face.
Yeah, because you were blocking it with a stool, and it just happened to go like right between the rungs,
you do.
Like right in here, and it was
that was about it, I think.
Oh yeah. What's DJ Potato up to these days, Eric Ruth? I haven't talked to him in a while. He was doing game development, and not being a DJ of potatoes. How's Dale North doing? I'll tell you, Dale North's doing fucking great. That dude is living his dream right now. If you are not familiar, he is a video game music composer. He has tons of projects in the works. You can look him up on Twitter at Dale North. If you played Wizard of Legend or Dreamscaper, those are both his. He's done.
His studio is gorgeous.
He has a gorgeous studio.
Playing piano.
Yeah, gorgeous house. Makes gorgeous Japanese curry.
The gorgeous man.
I don't think Dale did a song for this. He did lots of music for everything else that we ever made, but I don't know that he ever he did something in this one. I'm trying to think, just double checking over the chat.
Did Vert do something for this one?
No, I don't think he did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough to remember without the credits in front of me. I remember Zyko did, Roger Matthews did, Poe did. There's a lot of people featured on that Crazy Crackers credits track that's like 8
Yeah, a lot of shout
long.
outs there.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm sorry to say that I don't remember everybody.
No, it's okay.
It was like, well, our other movies were like one or two people, and this one was like a ton of different VG remixers at the time who came in and contributed to it, which was pretty awesome and felt pretty cool at the time. Haroon Paracha, FF Music DJ, I remember he did a song or two on this. Yeah, I think Vert did Retro City Rampage, I think. He did Double Dragon Neon, so
yeah,
he does have a connection to the Kaneo-kun. Oh shoot, does Darrin want to quote any part? Nope. We're not talking about that. the music video on the DVD.
Maybe the only word I'd quote is what?
What?
I think it opened with.
Yeah, so
I think it's all dolphin noises.
All the dolphin noises. Still available on the DVD, which is, where did I put them all? There we are. There we go. Yeah.
Turn off. Yep.
At extraxstudios.com with this cover art. It's still the same original DVD. The MagFest 2.0 documentary's on there. There's 2 other audio commentaries and outtakes and all kinds of fun stuff on there, along with everything else, all the other movies. But last question, because I know we all got to go to bed. I forgot everything I have to do tomorrow, which is going to be insane. If there were a sequel, what do you reckon the plot would be? And it's funny because there was ideas probably about like 10 years ago, kind of towards the end of River City or of X Strike's original run. And there was also ideas about 2 years ago before the shit hit the fan. So I don't know. You might find out someday.
Yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know, what's, if we were to compare it to game development, it's almost a Metroid Dread situation. Like we have floated lots of different ideas about what a sequel to RCR would look like. We've written outlines, we've rejected outlines. We've been talking about it. Believe me, it's something that I think we are all interested in doing. But if we were going to do it, we would want to make sure that we would be able to fully realize our ambitions for it and make something that we would be proud of and that would delight all of our viewers. So
Yeah.
So that's tough, and that's
Something.
been extra tough in a pandemic. But we've got
We'll
ideas.
see.
Don't
We'll
you
see
worry.
what happens. Eventually, it'll be over. I'm sure. Right.
We're
But yeah,
rebuilding the PVC now.
yeah. There was final fight mentioned at some points as a touchstone for a sequel more than River City. The way that we went from the way with the horror series went from Silent Hill to Resident Evil to what was going to be Eternal Darkness. Just go into a different game in the same vein.
Genre.
I actually, I've seen River City Rumble Underground, but River City Ransom Underground mentioned a couple times in the chat, which I actually think was a really cool follow-up in terms of storyline to the original River City Ransom, to like the American River City Ransom, because most of what we get from that series, it is based off Kunio-kun. It's based off the Japanese side of things, but River City Ransom Underground is very specifically based on the River
US
City
localization.
Ransom. It is Alex, it is Ryan, like Roxy is in it, it's like all these characters from that game are in it. Like Otis is like the janitor at the school now or something like that. Rocco is still around. It is very much the tone and like what I would have done with a sequel to River City Ransom. Sequel to River City Rumble, I don't know yet, but I think they did a really good job with what they did with the story on that. But we'll see.
We could, Alex and Ryan, it could be that tone of Logan, right? Where we're like dying and I'm like working in an underground club handing out mints in the bathroom. Dave is trimming his beard and nose. And then our daughter's got to save the day.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think for now, until in-person production is a more reasonable thing for us to be able to do, we'll do stuff like this. Maybe we got more of the extra au revoir to put up on YouTube and stream and talk about. I was thinking this morning on my commute to work, I'm like, man, it would be so fun to get like everyone from Resident Horror together, like all 12 of you, like the principal cast. That would be a fun thing to do, but we'll see.
Let's do that. That sounds good.
Oh, the Best Games Ever podcast. Yeah, maybe. Are you the one that keeps asking me about doing that? Because I really want to. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I've had some ideas kind of around that concept that I might get into at some point. I'm taking things at a realistic pace. Everything I do, creatively, I'm trying to be like, man, I got to do what I can, because work 40 hours, got the kid, and I've reached that stage where like the kid wants to do shit. Where when I was a kid, I just wanted to stay home and play video games. But this kid like wants to take fucking karate and soccer, and like now I gotta be his
really
chauffeur.
failed as a parent.
I
Tim.
failed as a parent, and like he has interests that he wants to like engage with. Yeah, I know.
Bad you don't still have that van.
I know. Well, yeah, he is but one boy.
That's one child.
But one
Big
child. Boy. But yeah. So, I just try to fit the stuff in where I can, we'll see. I was hoping to go to MagFest this year, and that would help kind of kickstart some networking and creative juices, but was not able to go. Was the reasonable decision. But we'll see. Just taking it at a good pace. But yeah, I will say that the idea of revisiting Best Games Ever, that podcast has not left my brain, and in fact is festered and grown. So yeah. But guys, any final thoughts on this evening? No, great, awesome, sweet.
I think look, it was fun to go back and watch after so long.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think, because especially, a preamble of, oh God, I'm sure some of this doesn't age well. Definitely embarrassed about some of the language and choices, but it really was fun to go down memory lane, to remember how fun it was being in those scenes with you, Dave. And I remember just meeting you and driving down in the car. I think you picked me up for one of the first shoots, even.
Yeah,
To
I
drive me.
think so.
And we bonded on the way in the
Yeah.
car. And then the rest of the bonding was just in these scenes acting, because we went immediately to the shoot. And I just want to thank Tim as well for asking me to be in this movie with Dave. It was a great pairing, great idea. And I think, look, all these things we did, all these things we've created, and a lot of these friendships and people in this chat, and then saw these at the conventions, that all came from, just wanting to goof around and shoot these movies. So I'm just happy to be a part of it. Looking back, it was not as painful. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Just watch it again.
I dolphin noised most of the bad stuff. I did.
Oh, it was great.
Maybe it's just knowing that I'm watching it in the company of people who also enjoy it and for whom this movie has meant a lot over the years, which I'm so grateful for. But I'm kind of watching it again after so long. I'm like, wow, a lot of this stuff really still works. We were I kind of think we actually did a pretty good job. There's technical stuff, obviously, but I think the script, I think the structure of the script and our enthusiasm comes through, and our performances are so just gung ho and earnest, and we want to do it. And this was also my first full length attempt to make a full length feature film, and coming from theater, what's called Tech Week. It's the final week before the show goes up in front of a live audience. And that's the week with the longest hours, where you're just banging your head against a wall and you get a little frustrated, you get tired, you get a little loopy. But that's the week where you really bond with everybody else working on the production, because everyone else is it's really difficult, but you're giving it your all. And that's what making this movie was the whole process of making a movie is like the Tech Week for a theatrical production, because the whole process is, we got to stay on schedule, we got to get this done, everyone just buckle down and do it, and it's going to take hours and you're going to be exhausted, but it's going to be fun as hell, and you're all going to be best friends by the time that we're done.
Yeah.
And so I have such fond memories of making this movie, and just meeting those who were new to me at the time, and getting to have this wonderful experience with other like-minded people who wanted to indulge our love of video games.
Yeah.
I think one of the best compliments I ever got about this was, you can tell you guys are all having fun making this. And I think that's really what makes it work, is because I was always excited to go shoot anything with these guys.
So much fun.
Yeah.
That was the fun. Making it was fun. So when you stop having fun, that's when you stop. Somebody said, does it really have an 8.0 on IMDb?
Well,
there's one review for it on there.
yes, it's an 8.0. 43 votes. Yeah.
Should we read the review?
I don't know. Oh, there's 4 user reviews. Oh God, come on.
There
guys.
is.
Yeah, there's a 10 out of 10. Oh God, J Snake Ninja. Video game movies done right. One of the most entertaining video game movies in the world. Rumble in the Jungle by Hellraiser 7. Yeah. Funtastic, says Beef Storm Posse.
And then someone
Truer
said
words.
that review was not helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Beef Storm Posse.
Beef Storm Posse. Where did I lost the chat. God damn it. What the fuck? I wasn't looking at there it is. Never mind.
There it is.
All right.
It's still there.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of thank yous in the chat, but of course, thank you everybody who watched this with us tonight. This was a lot of fun. I want to do more stuff like this. I think certainly as I get the other movies ready to go up on YouTube, I will grab some cast members and we'll do this kind of thing again. I would, yeah, I don't know. I would, yeah, do more, easier said than fucking done, man. Yeah, I would love to stream more. It's tough, just with timing, but yeah, maybe once a month we can get some kind of a stream. If we're not watching a movie, maybe we can play like one of the games that we made a movie based on, or something like that.
We're still podcasting. If you haven't caught up with us lately, we've actually had a pretty good run doing it, cranking out at least a monthly podcast. Of course, you can hear Tim on the SML podcast. I got a little YouTube channel. Every now and then I make a video about voice acting and about microphone technique and equipment, if you want to check that out.
Yeah, but I was going to say, check out www.fatgatsby.com, where X-Drake Studios Triple Radio still lives, where me, Weiss, and Dave have been pumping out episodes on a monthly basis since like November. We're on a really hell of a streak. We have got see, I got that going again. I got that 1 month good cadence. Okay, I don't have to fuss about it. I can just be like, okay, guys,
our ass.
Yeah, we
beat us into
we figured it out. We were like,
to
okay, Thursday nights, once a month, we can do this. There's content. Boom. Now we just need to figure out, all right, one Friday a month, get some content. Boom, stream, done. But yeah, you can follow. Yeah. I should post my Twitters on the Facebook, since I don't usually use the actual X-Drake Studios Twitter. But yeah, Dave's on Twitter at David Autovino. I'm on Twitter at Ekkebus. Darrin doesn't really tweet.
Don't come find me.
Yeah, he's fine.
I don't want
But yeah. Yeah, check it. Yeah, if you haven't been following Fat Gatsby, or you didn't follow us over there, there's probably a ton of podcasts for you to listen to.
Follow these guys.
Some of them even good, perhaps. But
let's not get crazy.
Yeah, let's not get crazy. But yeah, definitely thank you everybody for watching so much. This was so much fun.
Thank you.
We will brainstorm something to do perhaps next month and get on here and stream with y'all folks again. Or maybe I don't know, maybe I'll just stream something. If I got time, we'll figure it out. I don't know. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, dolphin noises
Have a good night. I'm going to click to stop the stream. Love you all.
I can't do a dolphin sound.